Hello, Kruger.
Hello, how are you guys?
Yeah, it's just me right now.
Oh, I think other people.
Oh, there we go. Now they're in.
I got so many things to talk about, you guys. I forgot what it was. But I had a list of 19 things, and I can think of two. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I biked. I had such an enjoyable weekend. I was able to bike with my son on Saturday. He lives in Hopkins, and we biked all the way to Minneapolis, 21 miles. And when you bike with him, like I tweeted, it's guaranteed social distancing because he's like a mile ahead of me. Do you guys know what clips are for bikes? Hey, Kyle, how are you?
Doing good.
Good. And you just wake up?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. I just thought of the third thing I wanted to talk to you about. So I'm okay. I think I'll be okay. I still got 16 to go. I'm getting nervous. So anyway, I have clips and he doesn't have clips and I can't keep up with him. I'm talking about bike riding with my youngest son. He's 26. Very successful young man, but has no mercy on his father. He should treat him with kindness and respect. So it's 1 minute past. Were you cleaning something off my face, Kyle, just now?
No, off my camera.
So, first thing I sent you a message and I didn't get any responses. I have your graduation gift for each of you. So I am going to send it to the address that's on Skyward. Does that work? Okay. All right. So you will see that probably. Oh, I just saw the fourth thing I wanted to talk about. The AP test, which is in 1 week, less than 1 week, 6 days and 20 some hours. And did you get an email about the practice demo test? Okay, make sure you do that. Does everybody understand that? Oh, I just thought the fifth thing. I'm on a roll. Ellie, thank you very much. So I got an email that says you can submit JPEGs, PDFs, PNGs, but your Apple phone sends an HVECQMPRLW. I'm exaggerating, but it starts with an H. Okay. And I know I've been getting it from you, Ellie.
You can just set your phone to compatible with your computer, and then it won't send an HEIC.
Or you can just go to format on your camera and send it with most compatible when you go under format.
Yeah, that's what I meant, the compatibility mode.
Yeah. God, okay, this is the sixth thing. Oh, I've got like 7 things. Okay, I had 19, I remember 7. So the sixth thing, I'm listening to this podcast called The Joy of X. And if you listen to podcasts, I'll send you the podcast. It's really good. I listened to 3 of them. One of them was about 2 female mathematicians, one who kind of just went this way through life to become a mathematician. And she wrote a book about dots, finding dots on the universe. And she was involved in finding the very first black hole ever and taking a picture of it. And so that's really good. And then there's one about a guy named John Urschel, who was a professional lineman for the Baltimore Ravens, went to Penn State, okay, quit football after 3 years because doing his homework for MIT, in which he's getting his PhD in mathematics, the football was getting in the way. It's really interesting. So he wrote a book and I actually got the Audible version. But the other one I just listened to is about this person. She was a mathematician and she had a quarter life crisis. So in her mid-20s, she didn't know what to do. And her mentor that helped her get her PhD said, go into the math library and find a book about something you haven't studied yet. She came across biology. And so she's studying biology and she's telling the story how aerial photos of Africa have seen these mounds. So you can see them from way, way up. And there are all these myths. They're called fairy circles. And they thought they were made by fairies, dragons that lived at one time, blah, 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 all this stuff. They're made by termites. And she's doing the mathematics of biology through termites and their socialization. It's really, really, really cool. So anyway, I got off on. So anyway, the other thing I want to talk about is, so I talked about that all your addresses are okay, correct? All right. The other thing I want to talk about, the test is in a week, correct? And it starts at 12:30.
Wait, Gavin just got a new house, so I wonder if his address is the same.
Oh no, I already worked that out. Cause Miss Foy sent me a ton of stuff to my old house.
Okay.
Like a while ago.
So if I send you something next week, it'll get to where your residence is.
Yeah. I changed my thing on Skyward.
Okay, good. Because usually I find out Skyward, we haven't lived there for 15 years. Oh, what? How is that even possible? So, and then the other thing is, after the exam, there isn't any, here I have to mention this. So there is a real cool, and I did not teach you this. So hopefully you know what an alternating series is, right? That goes plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, correct? Okay. And the reason it connects with what I was talking before is this John Herschel, who was a professional football player for the Baltimore Ravens, got his PhD at MIT in mathematics. And the guy interviewed him, says, well, what got you into math? And he says, the Riemann alternating series theorem, or regrouping theorem. And I found out about it last year when I was riding bike and listening to a different podcast. And so if you have an alternating harmonic series, it goes 1 minus a half plus a third minus a fourth plus a fifth minus a sixth plus a seventh minus an eighth, and so on, correct? Okay. The sum of those, it converges, and the sum is the natural log of 2. If you do it in that order. But Riemann proved that if you group them in different ways, they can add up to any number you want. It doesn't have to be the natural log of 2. And that's what I was going to show you. In fact, what do you think the series 1 minus 1 plus a half minus a half plus a third minus a third plus a fourth minus a fourth would add up to?
0.
Well, that's common sense, correct? It is also the natural log of 2. And that's why I wanted to show you. And I might show you that after the AP exam, because we're not doing anything after the AP exam. You have AP Lit on Monday, correct? AP Calc on Tuesday, correct? You have AP Stats coming down the road, correct? You might have AP something else.
We have Gov on Wednesday.
Yeah, you have
Right.
on Wednesday.
No, Gov's on Monday.
Okay, then we have lit and comp on Wednesday.
Lit and comp on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. I will have, and here's the other thing. Some of you may be pleased with your grade and some of you may not be pleased with your grade. So you'll have opportunities, those progress checks. If you notice, I've been very liberal in the points that I've given you on those progress checks, correct? For the people that are smiling and saying, yeah, I got an A, I got an A plus, you know, life is good. Okay, if life isn't good, you can spend that time and turn those into me or come into me and say, you know, I'm stuck on this one. Why am I stuck? And I'll help you out and then we can get your grade where you want it to be. Does that sound okay?
So I missed the third like quiz we did in class or whatever. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know you have something missing, but I don't know why you have it missing.
The free response, the third free response. I
Okay.
must have been gone in Zoom that day. So how do I retake that?
You asked me for it.
What?
You asked me for it.
Okay.
You have
Can I
to
do
fill
that
out, you have to
eventually?
fill out the official Ask Kruger form for another chance form.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay. It only costs you the sacrifice of one of your fingers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You spend some time figuring out which finger you really don't need. You know, this is being
All right.
recorded and I'm going to end up being fired. That's what's happening when I say those stupid things.
Only if I actually go through with it.
So. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's everything I needed to talk to you about. I know it's not 19 things, but I wanted to talk about that. I want to talk about after that. Oh, so did you guys really want a prom instead of Cal class? Or were you like yanking my chain? How much work do I need to do here? And it's really not work about me, it's work about my wife. We're going to have to get dressed up. Oh, I am going to send everybody a picture of what I looked like at prom when I was in high school. Okay, so silence means
Mr. Kruger.
Yeah.
It was me and my girlfriend's 3-month anniversary this weekend.
Congratulations.
3 months.
Okay, so are you?
I know you like threes.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
And it's on the 3rd.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Can I ask you the name of your girlfriend?
Yeah, her name's Bella
Bella
Cahoot.
Cahoot. Really? She goes to
Yeah.
South Rapids?
Yeah, she's younger than us.
Okay.
Maybe she'll be in your class one day. No, probably not. She doesn't like math.
Well, tell her she might like math if.
That's what I told her.
All right. I'm going to do some math problems, okay? John, are you there?
I am indeed here.
Okay. All right. Alrighty. So has everybody turned in what was due today, right? I had it due like last Thursday and I said I'd move it to Tuesday. Right? And I graded it and gave it back to you already. I tried to do it as quickly as I could. Okay. Here's one of the questions that I'm going to show you what I have here. And I brought it up. If I can, oh, I bet you I know what I have to do.
What was due today? The exam or you talking something else?
No, there was an exam. There was a quiz due today that was 27 or 30 points, maybe. Maybe it was 30 points. I sent it out to you.
Did we talk about that in class on Thursday?
We've been talking about it for several days.
Oh, you did it. It's the
Yeah,
thing
then-
where you asked the question about it.
Oh, yeah, you asked me questions. Yeah, you asked if I could help. Right?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the question right here. And I'm going to give you some questions in which I don't think you're going to need calculators for. or if you use calculators, they're just for basic arithmetic. So have you seen this from before? The rate at which a baby bird gains weight is proportional to the difference between its adult weight and its current weight. At time equals 0 when the bird is first weighed, its weight is 20 grams. If B of t is the weight of the bird in grams at time t days after it's first weighed, then you have this differential equation. It says, let y equals b sub t be the solution to the differential equation with the initial condition b sub 0 equals 20. A, is a bird gaining weight faster when it weighs 40 grams or when it weighs 70 grams? Gavin, and explain your reasoning.
Okay, so you just have to put you just put 20 or 40 and 70 into the differential equation and for B, right?
Because this gives you rate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this gives you the weight gain at time t.
Yeah.
Okay, and so we have 1/5,
I
100.
think you gave us this problem in AB Calc once.
Oh, did I?
I think so.
Okay. 40, 100 minus 40, is that 60?
Yeah.
60 divided by 5, is that 12?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 12 grams. Is it days? Does it tell you what time is it?
Yeah, it's days.
And you said then do the other one,
Yep.
which was 70.
Yes.
And is that 30 divided by 5? And do we get 6 grams per day?
Yes.
Okay, so why do you think? So the answer is at 40, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? So what would your reasoning be?
Because because like the rate at which it's gaining weight is just higher.
Yeah. Okay, would you agree with that?
Yes. Oh yeah, that's a good way.
Okay, so I want to talk about a bigger picture of this. Okay. Why does it make sense that at 40 grams, it's going to be increasing its weight faster than at 70 grams?
Like mathematically, why?
It's a logistic.
I
Okay.
mean, that's how humans are too.
Okay, so what would look at the equation at the equation. Do you think there's a maximum weight it could gain or it can approach?
Probably
Yeah, looking at the equation, what do you think it is?
100.
100, right? So like Kyle said, it's logistic and we're further from, at 40, we're further from that 100 than 70, correct?
Yes.
So we'll probably be gaining faster at that time. All right. So find the second derivative, Ellie, and explain why the graph of B cannot resemble the following graph. Oh, this is logistic, correct? And it's not supposed to be this graph. So let's find the second derivative, Ellie.
I think she got kicked out.
Okay, Aaron. Is it helpful if I write this, Aaron?
Yes.
I just distributed the 1/5, okay?
Okay.
How did she get kicked out? What causes her to get kicked out?
I think it's her Wi-Fi.
Her Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
That makes me nervous. Will she let me in when she wants to go back in? Okay.
Okay. Is it just -1/5?
-1/5. Since this isn't with respect to t, I got to write dB dt here. Because this variable is changing, correct? As time changes?
Yeah.
Okay. Which means now I'll have a -1/5, and I can put back in 20 minus 1/5 b, correct?
Yeah.
Oops, sorry, I need to put my notation here correct. So, what does that mean?
Is it because the graph that we're given is increasing but the one that we just found is negative? Is that why it can't resemble the graph?
Well, this tells us concavity, correct?
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And what happens when I get to 100? In
You get
fact,
0.
pardon?
You
No,
get 0.
this. When B is 100 grams, with here. Oh,
Don't
we
you still
get,
get
get
0?
0. Right, okay, you're exactly correct. I get 0. What if I'm at, let's pick something rather than 100. Let's try 90. In other words, 1/5 of 90 is 90 divided by 5 is what, 18? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And that would mean if it was 18, it'd be positive here, negative, it'd be concave down. Okay, so it looks concave down. And then when I get past 100, like if I'm at 110, then this becomes negative and this always stays negative. So at 110, now I'm going to have a positive second derivative, correct?
Yeah.
So that means it would change and now become concave what?
Up.
Up. And so at 100, I'd have a point of inflection, correct?
Yeah.
So this can't be the graph, can it?
No.
Because it would say, hey, I'm changing here at 100 and now I'm headed back up rather than flattening out like this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And so it says, find the second derivative, which is what we did. And why can't it resemble? Well, this says it's always staying concave down past 100. Well, for us, when it gets past 100, it's going to become concave up. So at 100, we'd have an inflection point.
Also, Ellie's in the waiting room. She wants
Okay,
to-
I will see if I can get her out of the waiting room. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to have to stop sharing and come back. Happy to have you back. So is that your internet?
Yeah, it's just I think it's just my sister is also in class and my mom was working on her computer, so.
Okay, so this brings me up to number 8. I'm getting closer to my 19 things I wanted to talk about. Okay. When you guys start at 12:30, you'll get your e-ticket 2 days before the test. So you should get your e-ticket on Sunday. Is that correct? Is that 2 days before Tuesday? You have to start the e-ticket at 12:30. You're going to have a total of 80 minutes. You need to have uninterrupted internet. Okay. So you need to tell your family I've got an 80-minute slot and they'll have you, so do the practice demo and everything, but they'll have, what they want you to do is if you get kicked off, try to get back on right away. And if it becomes a problem, then you have a form to fill out. Okay, but tell them I told them they got to be off the internet. Okay, or go drive to the library, sit in the car and hop onto their internet. No one's using it. Okay. All right, let's go back to this. Okay, so now the other reason I brought this up is because we want to do separation of variables. Okay, so Kyle says use separation of variables. I think this is the kind of question that's going to be on the test. And so I have series that I'm going to show you another one tomorrow in which there are topics that I see quite often in BC Calc that do not involve the need of a calculator. Okay, and so Kyle, we have dBdt. Let's go through the process of separation of variables. Are you wide awake enough to be able to do this?
I can try.
Okay. I'll write an equal sign here.
I only see one variable.
Yeah.
Wait,
This is, I just wrote it right from here straight down to here.
Need
a little help?
Yeah. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay.
Is that enough?
You just split up the, okay, yeah. So it'll be 5.
I leave this constant over here.
Okay. So it'll just be 1/100 minus b db.
Okay. If you do
Yeah, I
that, you
forgot
get
about
1 point.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you
And
just
I don't know, I wrote my B as a 5. I'm sorry about that. So now you got to integrate, and you get 1 point for integrating each of these correctly.
Okay.
So that's up to 3 then.
Right. So that would be a. I don't really like how that's written. So
You
maybe-
don't?
No.
Why?
It'd be b squared on the bottom, right? Negative b squared.
No. This is to the first power, correct?
Right. It'd be 100 minus b to the -1.
No, it's 100 minus B in a quantity.
Right.
Right. You want me to write it like that?
Oh. Wait. So would that be natural log then?
Yeah,
So natural log of 100 minus b
almost.
plus
What's
c
pardon?
plus c.
No. What's the derivative of 100 minus B? What's the derivative of that in there?
-1.
Right. Do I have a -1 in my integrand?
Oh, yeah.
This needs to be a -1, right?
Yeah. So negative natural log of 100 minus b.
Equals
1/5 x.
1/5
Or
T
Yeah, t.
plus C. Okay, so now you're up to 3 points. I got to figure out C.
Oh, okay. So b of 0 is 20. So you can get rid of the 1/5 t, and it'll be negative natural log of 80 equals c.
Okay. So now I got negative natural log of 100 minus B equals 1/5 T minus the natural log of 80, correct? You're up to
Alright.
you're up to 4 points.
Wait,
Want
aren't
me
we?
to give you a hint?
Yeah.
Want me to give you another hint?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do on this one at all. Oh. Yeah, so it's so you just solve for B, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, so it'd be you'd take that ln of 80 and you'd put it as a B in front of the E.
So it's, what is it? What number is it? What is e to the ln of 80?
It's some constant.
It's 80.
Oh yeah, okay. So it'd be 100 minus 80e to the negative 1/5t equals B.
Bingo. That's usually 5 or 6 points. I think they're going to have that on there. Something like that. Remember, it's only 2 questions.
With parts A, B, C, D, E, F.
Correct. Yeah. And this might be F. Okay. Well, that was probably a good thing to talk about, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do 2 more. I wasn't going to, but you guys are scaring me. So, Ryan, I don't know why I never call on Ryan. Ryan Zaske and Brady Johnson. Where have they been? Do you communicate with any of those people? Anybody? Ryan? Kyle?
Brady's probably oversleeping, to be honest.
Okay. Have you been in communication with him?
Not really.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do 4A. Ryan, you're going to be doing this. The function f is twice differentiable for x greater than 0, and all my x's are greater than 0. And f of 1 equals 15. The second derivative at 1 equals 20. Values of f prime, the derivative of f, are on here. Write an equation of the tangent line. Ryan, what 2 things do I need for an equation of a tangent line?
A point and slope.
Yep. Do I have a point?
Yes.
And what's my point?
115.
So I got x minus 1 plus 15. Does that look correct?
Yep.
Do I have a slope?
Yep.
My slope is what?
8.
8. I'm liking this problem so far. So we want to approximate. Okay, we just got that done. Now, if you're one of these people that has to simplify everything, they're strongly encouraging you not to be that person, because you don't have a lot of time. You have 25 minutes to do the first test, 5 minutes to upload and send. Okay. You may attach many documents, but you only submit once for every question. So the most you'll submit is 2 times. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So we're going to approximate 1.4 using that tangent line. So you want to tell me what to do, Ryan?
So you just substitute 1.4. So just 0.4 times or 3.2 plus 15.
Oh, wow. You went, yeah, which is
18.2.
perfect. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think that's worth like 2 points, 1 for the tangent line and 1 for the answer. All right, the last one we're going to end up today with Hannah. is a midpoint Riemann sum. It's a Riemann arrangement thing that I want to show you sometime. But he also came up with, Riemann was pretty smart, midpoint Riemann sum with two subintervals of equal length and values from the table to approximate this from 1 to 1.4, midpoint 2. Here's my table.
Right.
So what's halfway in between 1 and 1.4?
1.1.
1.1.
I'm at 1.2. Sorry. I'll say
One-
now.
1.2, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one rectangle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, nicotine is already a treatment.
Okay, what's the midpoint between 1 and 1.2?
1.1.
1.1. And how high is it?
10.
10. So I'm going to draw my rectangle down here. It is 10 high right here. Here's 1.2. And over here is 1. Excuse me. Sorry, here's 1.1. I'm sorry, Hannah, I screwed up there. Here's 1.2 and here's 1, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's this distance?
0.2.
0.2. So what's this area?
The hospital.
2.
2.
Severe cases.
Okay. So the next one is going to be here. So I'm going to go from 1.2 to 1.4. Right here is 1.3. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
How high is that one?
Thing.
13.
13. It's a little bit bigger. Ooh, this is icky. So how far is this?
0.2.
0.2. So what's the area of this?
2.6.
2.6. So to show my work, I'm going to say the integral of 1 to 1.4 of f prime of x dx is approximately what?
Four 4.6.
4.6. Okay. That was worth, just doing that, this is a 5-point problem. That's worth 3 points. Here's the hard problem. Use that approximation to estimate the value of 1.4. So show the computation that lead to your answer. They're checking to see if you know the fundamental theorem of calculus. Do you need a hint?
Yeah.
Smidge of chance. There's a reasonable chance that it's nicotine.
The fundamental theorem of calculus, part 1 says, to figure this out, I have to figure out the antiderivative of what's in here. And the antiderivative, Hannah, of f prime is what?
F of x.
F. And I need to plug b in it, which is 1.4. Minus
Are you feeling
f of what?
F of 1.
F of 1.
I was gonna
So I know this number because you did a fantastic job over here, correct? This is 4.6. This is what I'm trying to figure out. Do I know f of 1? Well, if I look at my directions, actually, Ryan told us what f of 1 was. He told us f of 1 was 15. See how nasty they are? They come back and use something you needed before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be minus 15.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So now again, it's basic arithmetic. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, it is.
That's why I chose this problem. What do you get?
19.6.
And yeah, so, and plus, you probably should put an approximate thing because this was an approximate, right?
Right.
This is true here, but you got to approximate there. Would they take off points for that? No, I think they feel good because they know a few of you have been gaming till 5 o'clock in the morning and understand that. That's me being a 13-year-old. I apologize. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. All righty. If you see any of if you can contact any of these people that were gone today, I'd appreciate it. Or if maybe tell them at least watch the video because maybe there's some important information they should have watched. Okay. Have a pleasant day and take care of yourselves. Okay.
Bye, Kruger.
Bye-bye.
Or I actually had a question before I left.
Oh, okay.
So I was on the AP classroom
Yep.
and there was just one question that I had some trouble with.
Okay.
It was on Unit 6 progress check.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to integrate, I'm pulling it up right now. Integrate x times f prime of g of x. And it gives me g of x and the graph of f prime, but I don't know exactly how I'm supposed to integrate that.
Okay, let me share with what I wrote. Okay.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So I think what you're going to do, and it looks just like that, correct?
Yeah.
And definite or indefinite?
Definite. It's from 2 to 3.
Well, I think you got to do integration by parts.
Yeah.
So I would let f be x and f prime be 1.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the part that I'm struggling with here.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting stuck.
Because then I would have g prime be equal to f prime of g of x. And then g would be f of g of x, but I have no derivative here. Let me see. Can you, and they give you a graph and they give you a table. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, can you share the problem with me?
Yeah, I can do that.
I might be making it more complicated than what I need to, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm just curious
You're
about.
doing very well. I've been very pleased, by the way.
Good. Good. I can't share my screen until.
Oh, till I stop sharing mine. Yeah, I know that. Somebody else told me that before. I'm sorry.
Okay. So this is the problem, and this is what it looks like. This is g of x and the graph of f prime.
Oh, they do tell you g of x.
Yeah.
And that's f prime. Can they tell you there? Oh, okay. I made it too complicated. Flip it back. I just got to write g of x equals x squared.
Okay.
X squared minus 1. Okay, that's the one thing. I'll share this.
All right.
I went down. Do you know what a rabbit hole is? I just discovered them. Okay. So if you have this, I'm going to cross all this out. Okay.
Okay.
I need this though, correct?
Yes.
So if I have f of g of x
Mm-hmm.
and I take the derivative of that, it's going to be f prime of g of x times 2x. Would you agree? Because the derivative of g is 2x.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to write a little bit nicer. So if you take a look at this, I can rewrite this down here as 2 to 3. I could write my f prime here, g of x dx. I don't want that dx here. I'm just going to write dx here. And what I need, I've got that x, correct? I got it right here.
Yeah.
I just need the 2, don't I?
Oh,
So I
okay.
need to have a 2 here, but then I got to multiply by a half.
Okay.
Okay, so it's going to be 1/2 f of g of x evaluated from 2 to 3.
Okay.
So then you're going to have 1/2 f of g of 3. And when I looked at this, I took its derivative and saw it was 2x. I go, oh, I got the x here. I need the 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And I hadn't looked at that close enough. And then you're going to evaluate that weight. So you're going to have 1/2 f of g of 2. Okay. So g of 3, you know, is 9 minus 1. That's 8, correct? Because you can plug it into here.
Yeah.
So you have 1/2 f of 8 minus 1/2. And g of 2 is going to be 3. Does that look right?
Yeah.
And then from your graph, you must be able to, is that f prime or is that f?
It's F prime.
Oh, it is f prime. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this, and I want you to share your screen again. This is a
Alright.
complicated problem. Holy buckets.
Okay.
I'm glad you can go back to it. I was wondering
Yeah.
about that. Because then people ask me questions. Okay, I stuck on this particular one. It really helps.
Yeah.
I should have told you to keep it. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I think they've been helpful. When I look at what you've done, and yours is really nice to read. God, I like correcting you.
I try to keep my work all nice and organized.
Yeah, I wish I could do that. But I mean, the way you submit it is nice. Okay, see, now you can figure out the area. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you would have integrated from 0 to 3, you would get 12, correct?
Yeah.
And they tell you f of 6 is 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so that must mean, can I make the jump that f of 3 is a negative 3?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's 10. Okay, no, I got to think about this. You going from here to here, you lost 10, correct? And here you're at 7. So at 3, you must be 17. because you're going the
Oh,
opposite.
yeah, because you're adding
Right?
to it.
This is really a negative 10. So over here, f of 3 must have been 17.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then you're at 7. And then you needed f of 8. And if you increase this by 5, f of 8 is 12.
Gotcha.
And then you can plug those in. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
That's a tough problem because you got to use that. There's a lot of stuff you got to do on that problem. Holy buckets. But I think this is a good example of something they may give you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's coming right from them. They've really strongly suggested, hey, do the progress checks to encourage them to do them, have them watch the videos because the people are talking about what kind of problems. I don't know if you looked at any of the videos. Problem, the videos, they're really long. I mean, that's an hour. And you're in class an hour. It's like, really? These people are in class all the time. That's the
Yeah.
problem I had with them. They're done really nicely, but I don't think it's realistic for, if it would have been, I just don't think it's realistic. So I mean, asking you, okay, now you're going to watch another hour of calculus every day. It's like, and do your homework. What about all the other classes you have that you're freaking out about? They are good. And I think they give you some insight, but I think this is a good problem that you've done here. I think it was really smart that you asked me about it. And you can do that anytime. Okay. You just say, hey, can we, even if it's later, do you have time to ask you about a question? And sometimes I don't have to Zoom it. I can just kind of lead you in a particular thing. Okay. Alrighty.
All right.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
You're doing really good. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
You're going to do well. And again, you're going to the University of Minnesota?
Mankato, yeah.
Mankato. That's right. Minnesota State at Mankato. Yeah, that'll be fun. That's a nice area down there. And it's headed in a different direction than St. Cloud State. So I think you'll really enjoy it. I think St. Cloud State's a really, really good place to go. I just wish more students would go there. So, all righty, enough talking. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.